Hey? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We got a little bit straightening going on. Yeah,
Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. But they seen you walking by. He's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
This the crazy thing about that video, right? Is
problem, Jay Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. I'm telling you.
This isn't just an industry disagreement. It's a conflict that's been building quietly for a long time. Mase just ignited it. He released a private phone call between Jay, Prince, and Takeoff, a move no one expected. The leak has reportedly put Prince on the defensive, prompting threats, frantic damage control, and visible frustration. Mase, however, stood his ground. He responded forcefully, addressing Prince in a way that left many stunned. He voiced what others had only been whispering for years, but were reluctant to say publicly. And all of this is unfolding while the public continues demanding clear answers about what truly happened to Takeoff.
Another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little, like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little.
The situation still looks suspicious, missing footage, silent witnesses, and the same to names surfacing repeatedly: J Prince JRB and DJ Pack. Their names keep coming up, and now with this leaked call, the entire narrative shifts. Here's the twist: if Mase's claims are accurate, Prince's issues go beyond image problems. He could be concealing something far more serious. And before we wrap, I'll break down the details: receipts, witness posts, video evidence, podcasts, remarks, and questionable bail money moves. It's all on the table. Online, people are openly criticizing J Prince, calling him a fake community leader, a cartel-style operator, and even suggesting he bears direct responsibility. This isn't just typical YouTube gossip. It ties back to Takeoff's final moments. The mob TI's connection, and why Prince appears to be under pressure now that an unexpected voice is speaking out. The key turning point: Mase had stayed quiet for a while until Prince began making slick comments on the $1 million worth of game podcast. That's when things escalated.
Really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean? So
Mase and Cam had avoided talking about the Houston situation for months, but Prince crossed the line. According to Mase, he heard a call where Prince allegedly spoke with Takeoff just hours before his death. And based on Mase's account, it wasn't a friendly conversation. Prince was reportedly pressing Takeoff hard over loyalty issues happening behind the scenes, and not in a supportive Big Brother way. The tone, as Mase described it, was controlling and manipulative, as if Prince was trying to shape the narrative from behind closed doors. Once Takeoff stopped going along with it, things allegedly took a darker turn. The timing is what has people uneasy. This call supposedly happened the very night Takeoff was killed outside that Houston bowling alley. A dice game, a heated exchange, then gunfire, and at just 28 years old, Takeoff was gone. After Mase shared his side, Prince reacted. He went on social media with veiled threats, revisiting the remarks he had made toward Offset. Remember when he accused Offset of not being there for Takeoff when he was alive, repeating it for emphasis? That sparked the Offset vs. Prince feud, with Cardi B stepping in to defend Offset. Now, with Mase exposing this alleged private conversation, Prince seems to be scrambling, but this time, it may be too late. Public opinion is shifting, and people are tired of the silence. One fan on X summed it up bluntly: J Prince lost respect after Takeoff's death happened on his watch. That's when things began to look questionable for him and the entire mob TI circle. Not long after Takeoff's passing, Patrick Xavier Clark, better known as DJ Pat, was arrested. The surprising part, he posted a $1 million bond and walked out of jail with ease, as if someone influential didn't want him behind bars for long. Adding to the speculation, people online claim J Prince walked past Takeoff's lifeless body and said, "Call that. Don't ask me none about that." If true, that's a cold statement.
Hold on, hey.
It gets more suspicious. Prince JRB allegedly had his name removed from DJ Pat's bond documents. Why erase your name from something like that, especially when everyone knows you were together that night? It looks like someone's trying to distance themselves now that the pressure is mounting. And it's not just DJ Pat drawing attention. Cameron Joshua, also known as Little Cam Fifth, was arrested on weapons charges right after Takeoff's death, and he's tied to mob TIs as well. It's a recurring pattern. Whenever someone gets hurt or worse, a mob TI's connection surfaces, yet they continue portraying themselves as the victims. Many aren't buying it anymore. Even before Takeoff, there were warning signs like Duke, the jeweler. He came to Houston, checked in with mob TIs, played a dice game, and never made it home. Same setup, same silence, and again, Prince's name quietly in the back.
The people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little, like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your.
And let's not overlook that unusual moment where Prince told his armed associate to stand down. The whole exchange felt staged, almost as if it were part of a plan. A pattern seems to be emerging. Invite high-profile artists to Houston, have them check in with mob TIs, set up a dice game, then arguments break out, confusion takes over, and someone ends up dead. Afterward, Prince releases a carefully worded statement about black-on-black violence or grief being the price of love. But where was that sentiment when blood was still on the ground? To this day, not one member of the Prince family attended Takeoff's funeral. If that's not suspicious, what is? Some believe they stayed away for a reason, possibly because they know they bear some responsibility. Prince JRB has posted remarks like, "Don't wear jewelry around vultures," but if you knew the environment wasn't safe, why invite your guests into it at all? Why not warn Quavo and Takeoff when tensions started rising? If the check-in system doesn't ensure safety, what purpose does it actually serve? Reports indicate Quavo argued with Prince JRB shortly before shots were fired. And now, new footage shows Prince brushing off the incident as if his name wasn't linked to the chaos despite Takeoff losing his life under his crew's watch. Then, during an appearance on $1 million worth of game, Prince made comments that pushed Mase over the edge. Mase didn't just respond, he directly challenged Prince's reputation, saying, "We are not your little crew," delivering it like a verbal knockout. He spoke for everyone tired of the check-in system Prince has promoted for years. Cameron, who usually chooses his words carefully, backed Mase without interrupting or disagreeing. This led fans to speculate that Mase had been holding onto that leaked call, waiting for Prince to make a misstep, and that's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, Offset had stayed mostly silent until Prince suggested he wasn't truly there for Takeoff. That's when Offset fired back, with Cardi B immediately joining him, making it clear they weren't intimidated by mob TIs. Given Cardi's reputation for speaking her mind, fans knew at that moment this had gone beyond music politics. It had become personal. Prince had just been publicly called out by a celebrity power couple with major influence, and his street credibility began showing cracks in full view. Something else many people miss: high-profile connections have been distancing themselves from Prince. Drake, once closely associated with mob TIs and constantly showing support, has gone completely silent, remarkable considering Jazz Prince introduced him to Lil Wayne and Young Money. Since Takeoff's death, Drake hasn't been seen around Prince JRB at all. The same applies to Jay-Z, who reportedly hasn't responded to mob TIs since early 2023. Jay avoids public drama, he simply cuts TIs and moves on. These industry giants have massive brands, corporate partnerships, and endorsement deals. None of them want to be linked to federal investigations, especially when whispers connect the Takeoff case to Prince's circle. And now, with Mase exposing behind-the-scenes conversations, silence is no longer enough. The entire street power of mob TIs rested on the check-in system. Come to Houston, connect with Prince JRB, and you were supposed to be safe. But that image is collapsing. Duke the jeweler checked in and was killed. Takeoff checked in and was killed. Fans online are pointing to a troubling pattern. Those demanding respect failed to protect the very people under their so-called protection. Artists from California and beyond are speaking out, calling the check-in process nothing more than a power play allowing local gatekeepers to act more influential than they are. When Mase outright called Prince a failed street boss trying to play mob boss, the internet took notice and public perception shifted. Then there's the matter of witnesses. The night Takeoff was shot, over 40 people were outside 110 billiards and bowling. Videos captured the chaos, yet very few have spoken publicly. Reports suggest some witnesses face serious threats. Online speculation now accuses mob TIs of paying people off, erasing footage, and framing DJ Pat to take the blame alone. One of the most discussed theories is that Prince JRB was in an argument with Quavo and Takeoff, who wasn't involved, was hit instead. That raises the question, was it an accident or was it a warning taken too far? Sources close to Mase and Cameron's circle suggest there's a strong possibility that a phone call between Prince and Takeoff was recorded, whether intentionally or by accident, by someone on the line. Street chatter claims Mase and Cameron may have held onto that audio as insurance in case Prince tried to make a calculated move. If that recording ever surfaces, it could completely change the narrative. Any threats, pressure, or questionable demands allegedly made in that call will be on record. And this isn't just anyone we're talking about. This is Mase, the same artist who walked away from Diddy, challenged the industry, and returned on his own terms. If that audio goes public, it could be a reputational breaking point for Prince. It would be, in effect, the mob TI's indictment the streets have been talking about. The federal authorities are already paying attention. This isn't just about rap fans anymore. Every time Prince or his son makes a bold public statement, there's someone in an office taking note. And now that Mase is speaking openly, the scrutiny has intensified. RICO laws don't care about legacy, they focus on allegations of witness tampering, intimidation, and organized criminal activity. When names like Offset, Cameron, and Mase, backed by millions of fans, point fingers, neither industry connections nor local influence can offer much protection. In that environment, the so-called check-in system loses its weight entirely. If your name appears in legal filings, no amount of clout matters. Amid the headlines, it's important to remember the heart of the matter: Takeoff. A quiet talent, the creative backbone of Migos, who avoided unnecessary conflict and focused on music, family, and positive energy. His life ending over a dice game, surrounded by people who claim to care for him, is the true tragedy. Prince attempted to post condolences on Instagram, writing, "Grief is the price of love," but many weren't interested in hearing it, not when the incident happened under his watch, and he moved on as if it were business as usual. The streets want direct answers, not polished PR statements or cryptic podcast remarks. What Mase did was more than a rebuttal, it was a shift in the balance. He exposed cracks in the aura of fear that once surrounded Prince. People are speaking more freely now. With talk of a leaked call, growing federal interest, artists distancing themselves, and witnesses going silent, this situation is far from over. The check-ins, the reputation, the narrative, none of it carries weight if the paperwork tells a different story. And while the drama unfolds, the central point remains: Takeoff's life was cut short in an environment where he should have been safe. That's the heartbreak at the core of all this. Prince spoke, Mase responded. Now, the public is watching closely.